Alright boys and girls, so what I wanted to do today is essentially go over all the things in this video that I consider absolute bollocks for trading, things that you shouldn't be focusing on, but it's so easy to get sucked into. There's a lot of things nowadays what you can just see and then that's what you are just working towards, let's say, or you end up copying, or you do this to try to get to there, and there's so many bad things. But nobody really tells you what not to do. Everybody just tells you how to do this. I think it's extremely, extremely important to stay away from certain criterias, certain things. So I'm gonna reel. I've got 7 things here on my phone that I'm going to run through, and I'm going to do a nice little bit of explanation, nothing too exciting. So, the first thing I've got on my list is overhyped gurus selling a dream and not skills. So, this is a dead giveaway to spot, right? So, if somebody's selling signals, don't trust them. They are looking for your money. They're not looking to teach you trading. They're not looking to advance you in any sort of way. If they were looking to get you on a good career path, they would teach you. Simple as that. There's no other sort of pattern to that. So the only thing that I sell to people is mentorship, and what they get out of that is teaching. I don't have anything on a piece of paper to show anybody of just look at that piece of paper, that's it, that's what I'm giving you. Everything is word of mouth from mine, and that is how strict I keep it, because that is how people should learn. You ask me a question, I give you an answer. It should be as dead simple, and if that is how you should be looking for your mentorship or your group or whatever you are wanting to get into, look for some sort of structure like that, because that is where sort of the more truthful sort of things will be, and it's going to be a bit more easier for you. Let's say, the guru selling dreams is the signal service. I can trade for you, I can pass you prop firm, etc. It goes on and goes on and goes on. But you'll always see them. They'll be in a Dubai penthouse. They'll have a big car behind them that's not even theirs. Not once have I ever flashed a car when I've been on holiday, where I live. I don't see the point. I show people my profits of what I make every month just for trust. That is it. I don't show anyone else anything. Simple as. Expensive courses that teach you the basics that you could learn for free. Great job. This is great. Obviously, we now are giving a month trial with our service, but after that you have to pay for it, which is £15 a month. You don't have to do that. I don't say to anyone, right, this is the best thing you need to do. No, there's obviously other options. This is why I put YouTube content out there. It's free and it's nice for everyone to look at. But the only problem I would say with YouTube nowadays is you have to find someone trustworthy. You have to find someone that's going to tell you straight up. You have to find someone that's active, and try and find somebody that is, sticks to their way of trading and not jumping from him to him, etc. Try and stick to the one person as well. That will really, really help you. Sticking to the one person is going to help you, because let's say he says that's an order block, him over there, he might say an order block's a completely different thing, and then you don't even know what an order block is, but now you're even more confused because two people will say it's two completely different things, etc. So this is the small things that could work. But for you, if you just want to go have a look at yourself, ChatGPT it or Google it, or if you're going straight to the person who created ICT or spot and resistance or another strategy, you can go straight to the horse's mouth and find it. Simple little things like that. But yeah, everything is free. You don't have to pay for anything. Mentorships like mine are paid for just for a bit more of an interaction. That is basically what it is. Gives people a bit more speed on their learning journey. But if you don't want that and you can't afford that, completely fine, nothing wrong with that. This is why YouTube's available. This is why I post on YouTube. So try and use it to your advantage. It's great, but obviously don't get sucked into all the shit. Signals, you've got to pay for them when you sign up, usually, or they'll ask for a cut. Courses, don't sign up for them. And mentorships, if they are charging over £100, don't bother even getting one. That is over £100, even for a startup fee or per month or however they do it, is It's too much. I charge £15 a month, and that is after my subscription fees come out for the website. That is after the other subscription fee to charge for the subscription fee. That's the checkout fees. That's everything. So after that £15 a month, I don't really get anything, and I'm fine with that because I still get a little bit of something for my time, and everyone else at least I know is safe in there. So these like me is the sort of people you want to be looking for. There is other people like me out there. I'm not trying to say, oh, there's only me and, you know, I'm the best. Everyone should come to me and pay me £15 a month. There will be other people like me out there. You just have to go out and sort of find them. It's just hard to find the people that you're looking for when there is so much bullshit in the way already. It is extremely difficult. But you will find them, and they will come around eventually. Ignoring psychology. Mindset is where 90% of failures happen, and 100%. I believe that. The main thing I love to teach in any aspect, whether that be on a live, YouTube, you'll see I've got a couple of videos on it already, is mindset. Absolutely love teaching it. I think it's one of the most lost things that you need to learn in teaching, in trading, sorry. And I think that's why most people are not profitable nowadays. You'll see the people that think they're profitable because they have a massive ego on them, and that's fine. You know, you can do as you please. But if you have the mindset to do this, you can trade with the simplest strategy, but with the best mindset, hands down. You don't even need a strategy. If you've got the mindset, you can figure this shit out as you go along. And that has been, I've seen that happen in my group so many times. And it's so nice to see it because I can go, right, that actually works. I've seen him do it. He didn't know much about trading, but he's got a phenomenal mindset. He has got a horrible mindset, but knows loads about trading, and I can see who the winner is, 100% every single time. So you've really got to knuckle down on your psychology, 100%. I'd say, if anything, learn that first. It's so much easier throughout your process because you start to pick up on the things you were already feeling halfway through. Yeah, holy grail, strategies that change every month. Yeah, find something you want to stick to. All the strategies are fairly the same thing. You're looking at the same thing. The strategies aren't going to be too much different from each other. Apart from obviously when you switch from like ICT to like mechanical and then swing trading, something obviously goes off a little bit different. But most strategies aren't too different. I can use one strategy with another. Most of the time, it's not different. So find one, perfect it. Make it your own. Add some things in what you like from other strategies, or try a couple at the start and go, right, I enjoyed this more. Try that for a week, but do it on a demo account. Don't use money. It's a waste of time. I always say this, in your first year, it's pointless even putting any money up front. It's a waste of time, you're going to lose it. Focus on profits over risk management. Oh yeah, focusing on profits over risk management equals fast losses. Yeah, so this is a great one that I've been thinking about in my head for so long. And ever since the sort of time, the thing that flipped for me was until you realise that you are looking after an account, you're not just trying to X this account. You know, you're not trying to 10x this account. You're not trying to, you know, we're not trying to build an empire from this tiny little account. I mean, you can by all means. It depends how you want to do it. But you're here to manage this account, to look after it, to make sure it is, you know, let's say fed, watered, dried, looked after. You know, in whatever sort of way, you're here just to look after it, make sure it's, you know, taken care of. The money's coming in. There's not as much money leaving it. That's the main goal. The risk management is extremely, extremely cared for, and that is really what's going to put you ahead. Not a 10 grand one day and then a 15 grand lost the next day, because then you spend, oh, well, I'm 5 grand down now for a month. I always try and calculate it by month instead of day, because it makes your day feel much better. So like today, for example, I'm already down 1,400, but this is the first trade for the month for me, so I've got the rest of the month, so I'm not particularly bothered. Whereas if it was the end of the month and this was my only trade, I could go, oh, well, hang on, a bit different. But yeah, you've got to be a bit more long run with it. Stop thinking in days, hours, you know, minutes. I've made £3,000 in a minute. Let's say, you know, you made £3,000 in a month so far. That's what you've done. You made £3,000 in a year. You haven't done much in a bigger scale, so you've really got to focus on it. Social media flex culture, we've already sort of gone over this. Fast car, big wins. Yeah, it is always hard to tell if they are real, obviously, when they just show you some numbers. There is no way of really telling if they're not flipping over to see if it's a live account, but then again, it doesn't particularly matter, because that's them and you're you. As I've always said, what they're doing is completely irrelevant to what you're doing. Them having an 80 grand trade has absolutely no effect on your life. You didn't get any of that, so it's them showing you that makes no change. If anything, that should just go, right, well, I'm going to learn a bit more about trading and see what's actually going to happen here. Simple as. That should be as simple as it is. Blind copying other traders without understanding why. Yeah, good one. And another good one with that is just copying other traders in general. Shouldn't be done. If you're having a conversation with someone in the morning, don't just sit there and copy each other. It's a waste of time. Don't try and, you know, convince each other this is a good trade, etc. I would say trade by yourself. Use your own mind to do it. It will help you massively. Reinforce bad habits, accountability. Yeah. As I've always said, this is the last one now. So, as I always said, your mind is always what's making the decision. Not you. You know, not a skill. It's your mind is which makes it. It's your that's pressing the button. So as I say, you've really got to pull your mind in to what trading is, and you've got to think about what you're actually doing before you've done it. That's the hard thing about this, and that's what not a lot of people can do, because I know a lot of people don't think about what they're doing before they do it, and every day you have to think about what you're doing before you're doing it. You've got to double check and double check and double check. Go, right, I've done this, I've checked the news, I've checked all the bias, I've done this, that's swept, this is done, that's done, and go, right, this is a good trade, this looks cool to me. If it's a bad trade, the risk is fine. That's the last thing to check, the risk is fine. I'm only going to lose this, so I'm not bothered. But yeah, hopefully that's cleared a couple of things up. I just want to really throw some negative shit out there, and I hope that makes a little bit more sense. I want to start throwing like things that you shouldn't be doing, instead of like, oh, it's all good using a fair value gap. You know, I mean, you use this fair value gap to do that. Yeah, cool, but I mean, what about psychology? What about everything else? You don't need to do this, don't need to do that, don't do this, don't do that. Half the shit that I learned at the start, I never needed to do. So you've really got to figure out what you need to do and what you don't need to do. And hopefully we can start making up some videos on that, because that'll be quite exciting. But for now, I'll see you boys in a bit.